battery on a Ferrari FF. Battery cover comes off, the panel screws come off. We detach the seal, the hood seal from this panel, and then just bring it out. And we're gonna move that right here. Obviously, the battery is straightforward. You know, that's the battery bracket. It has two bolts, one on each side. Remove those. This thing disconnects with this lock. The positive terminal, we're going to disconnect through that bolt, the main attachment to the main terminal attachment. Highly recommend disconnecting the negative terminal first, covering that either in plastic bag or in anything you want, so it doesn't touch any parts of the body or the battery, so you don't short anything, and then moving to the negative terminal, and then disconnecting the brackets. So this and then forgot the negative terminal. We're gonna disconnect that as well. So those are the three main items you have to disconnect. Start with the mechanism, this lock mechanism that goes on the main negative, the secondary negative terminal. Cover that in plastic so you don't short anything. Then move to the positive terminal, cover that as well in plastic. Move to the main negative terminal, then remove the brackets, and that's it. The battery is not attached to anything else. The hardest thing to do with this, obviously, the battery is tremendously heavy, and there are these two frame assemblies, and you have to maneuver it in almost a 45-degree angle to bring it out. That's the toughest part. I think if I wrap, a rope around it, or find a way to get under the battery so I can pull it out instead of trying to wiggle it around, that might be the easiest way. So I'm gonna try a couple things. Recommendations: do not unscrew everything completely. Just untighten that enough so you can take things off. So this bolt, I untightened it enough. God, cannot say that word right now. So I can wiggle this off of the terminal. Same thing for the negative terminal, and even the bolts that hold the bracket. You don't want to deal with potentially them falling off, or you looking for them and then storing them anywhere. The easiest way is to leave them on their to leave the bolts on and just untighten them enough so you can take them off. Quick recommendation. Update. First of all, the bracket, yeah, you have to take the bolts off. So take the bolts off of the bracket. Second recommendation, get the battery in a 90-degree, almost 90-degree angle, and just pull it out. Best way to take it out. Lift this side that's close to the engine. Once that side comes fully up, then just completely pull it out. Just make sure you get all this stuff out of the way for an easy pull. One more recommendation, obviously after I got it at a 90-degree angle to pull it out, it's very easy, is the negative terminal. I didn't take it off completely. I don't think you even have to take it off. Once you take the battery out to a place where it's stable and you can reach it easier, now I'm going to go ahead and detach the negative terminal. Just move this battery out of the way, put the new battery in the same spot, which is like on this frame right here, attach the negative terminal and slide it back in there in reverse 90 degrees, and then that way. New battery is about to go in. This is the battery I got, the 49 series H8 size braille. This is the dealer recommended battery for this vehicle on Ferrari FF. Here's another thing, gearhead recommendations for you guys. This is vent insulation. You can get it at Home Depot, Walmart, any home renovation store. I don't know how much they cost, probably like around $10. I wrap my battery in this insulation. This will protect the battery, give it a longevity, and also let it manage its heat a lot more effectively, especially in winter months. Wrapped the sides all the way around and the bottom as well. I'm not going to the top. It's good to go. So highly recommend using this. This is something I've been doing on all my cars, especially like, when the battery costs like $600, $700, $800, even up to $1,000. You want to protect that battery as long as you can. And sometimes this car during the winter times, it just sits in the garage. I don't want it to go through cycles of freezing at night and then reheating back in the day. This kind of helps manage the heat cycles better. So that's it. 49 series, gonna go back in the car in the reverse. Another pro tip, I'm spoiling you guys with this battery replacement. Make sure to clean all your terminal attachments, these things right here, with sandpaper. the inside to make sure that you have a good connection with the battery terminal. And after you put it on, after you clean it with sandpaper, make sure you wipe it with a damp cloth to make sure that there's no residue left on the connection. After you do that, what I like doing is any grease, honestly, any grease, lithium general purpose is good too, but a healthy amount on all around this connection point. This will protect it from rust, from water getting to it, and etc. Another pro tip, you guys are probably getting sick of it. That's a breathing hose for the battery. The batteries need that for fresh air so they can expand, contract, when the acid goes down or up. And please don't correct me because I don't know how batteries work, but my understanding, the basic understanding, is that the battery needs air for when it compresses, decompresses, heats up, charges all the way up and all the way down. This hose right here, the battery has those breather holes on the sides. It's not going to reach to the side. Maybe it's not completely OEM because I got it online, but here's what I did. I found a pressurized hose. Did some magic around it, outside of the box thinking, but that's gonna go right there in that hole, and then I'm going to attach this hose to the breather hose, and all I'm doing is extending it. This came from my Power PC, the cooling system. It's more than enough to serve the cause. Yeah, there you go, gals. The whole ordeal took me maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Make sure that after you connect the terminals that you grease them up. Remember, greasy car is a happy car, not oily car. Greasy car is a happy car. Oily car is a yucky car. So grease them up. I greased up that terminal, if you can see, to protect it from rust, oxidation, and collecting moisture. Same thing with this terminal right here and the positive terminal as well. What I like doing is I just take a used toothbrush, just put some grease on the toothbrush, and I just brush the terminals with that grease. I don't go too crazy. I like to sometimes, but I don't go too crazy. That's what I did. Yeah, the battery's in. I'm gonna connect everything, start the car, put it on tender, let it sit overnight, and then we're good to go. That was much easier than I expected. I've heard some horror stories with these being taken out, but this was a breeze. As I said, max 45 minutes, maybe even under 35 minutes, but it's done. Good to go. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, thumbs up. I would like to make videos like this more, maybe not on this car, on my other cars as well. The 570S and maybe the Jaguar, the F-Type R. But yeah, just support me, guys. Look forward to connecting with you later. Cheers.